pencil in, I guess, right?
Well,
or that was the foxhole one.
That was the foxhole
Yeah.
one.
This Amateur Radio Roundtable is brought to you in part by ICOM America. Alright, hello and welcome to Amateur Radio Roundtable. Tonight is Tuesday, August the 13th, 2019. Boy, the months are flying by right now. So tonight the show's a little different. We're getting ready. We're packing the truck right now, so a lot of the studio stuff is being torn down and we're putting it in a truck to head for the Huntsville Hamfest tomorrow. So tonight we're 50% live, 50% recorded, and 10% we'll make up that part. I don't know what that's going to be yet. But if you're listening on WBCQ on shortwave radio, we'd love to hear from you. Send us an email to tom@w5kub.com. Give us a signal report. Tell us where you heard us. And also, if you have internet, you can go right now, this moment, to w5kub.com and you can watch the show. And you can join the chat room and chat with us directly here or other people in the room here. Join our Facebook group. We've got a great Facebook group. We've got over 7,800 hams now in our Facebook group. It's growing every day. We'd love for you to join that. Let's see, tonight. Tonight we're going to do a couple things. I want to talk just a little bit about Huntsville because that's coming up this weekend. A lot of big things going on there. And we're going to take you back to some vintage equipment. We're going to sneak back into Martin Jue's office and look at a lot of his vintage gear that he's collected now. And after that, we're going to, I'm going to take you on a behind-the-scenes tour of Last Man Standing. We were there a couple years ago. They flew us out to Hollywood and gave us special access to the set. And I get to go behind a police tape on a hot set and walk around and look at everything, and we're going to talk about that. So you're going to see a little bit behind the scenes of Last Man Standing that we did a couple years ago. See, I got some notes here, trying to see what we're going to do tonight. Boy, it's really been busy. You know, hey, one of the things I've done in my truck, I've got a Silverado crew cab, and my radio didn't have GPS in it on the radio, so I had, a separate GPS and a separate backup camera. And just this week I've torn the dash apart and I'm putting in a new double DIN radio that's got GPS on it. It's got, XM radio, backup cameras. It's even got a front camera. So I've got all that going right now, except my XM radio is not working. And Crutchville is sending me a new XM receiver that I put under the dash and plug into this. It's supposed to be here by 10:30 in the morning. No, actually, by 10:30. So we'll see what happens there. We can make it without the XM radio. Hey, I want to talk to you a little bit, just for a couple minutes, about Huntsville. That's where we're going. Boy, we're so excited about the Huntsville Hamfest. Hey, we're going down tomorrow, a couple days early. But actually, we're going down early because we're going to spend the entire day at the Space and Rocket Center on Thursday. So we'll drive down Wednesday. We'll spend the day at the Rocket and Space Center on Thursday. Friday is setup day for the Huntsville Hamfest. Now, setup day is a pretty neat day. You kind of get an extra day at the Hamfest. There's all kinds of people that's going to walk by. People like, Ray Novak and Bob Heil and maybe Gordon West and And who knows who might come by and get on the mic and say hello. But you know, you can't get a better venue than this. This is an aerial view of the where the Ham Fest is. It's all inside. It's a massive amount of room inside. Here we are lining up to go in on Friday morning. Look at that big door. That goes inside the flea market, and that's all air conditioned. So there will be people pulling in majorly large trucks to unload right on their flea market space. So this is going to be really cool. Let's see. I mean, here, and we expect Emmett there. Emmett will probably have MCOM 1. Look at it. You see the trucks inside there? Don't let that ceiling fool you there. That ceiling is probably about 40 feet high. It's way up there, and you can pull very large trucks in. That's right across from our booth right there. Look at that nice clean floor right there. So yeah, let me see. I got some more pictures here. Let's see. There's some people standing outside waiting for the door to open. Hey, there's a picture of Jordan, W4HBO. Jordan is the prize man, and Huntsville, as always, has donated a great MFJ antennalyzer, the MFJ 269C, for a prize for one of our viewers. There I am with Ray Novak. He usually he's right across from us from our booth, and usually gets by and we get to talk with Ray. There's Ron there. Ron makes the hats and so forth with gold medal, and there he is working right there. Let's see what else we got. Oh, there's a ticket barrel. You can see the ticket barrel. Don't have many tickets in it, but that was probably taken Friday. That barrel gets almost full. You know, I usually have competition with Joe Eisenberg, K0NEB, to see who can win the most prizes. Joe normally has to go buy an extra suitcase to take his stuff home. We haven't been quite that lucky. There we are again with our mobile cart over at the Icon booth. You can see the cart just kind of rolls around there. And the hotel we stay in is the Embassy. It's attached. It's attached directly to the Hamfest. There it is. We roll the cart back to our room at night, and next morning when we head down to the Hamfest, we just roll right down this hall, all air conditioned, and right into the Hamfest. There's a shot outside as we go across right there. More pictures of inside, probably set up. This is probably Thursday or maybe early Friday morning. You can see all the booths. Let's see, we've already looked at, well, that's some people just standing inside there waiting for the doors to open. There we are driving inside the door. This is our booth. We've got a really nice booth. We're setting up, we always set up right to the right of the stage. We're actually part of the stage. I don't know if you can see this or not, but well, yeah, if you look at on the very left side there, you can see that's actually the stage right there. And on the stage, they'll be announcing, you know, everything from all the prizes, and they'll also have the Young Ham of the Year presentation, and we will webcast the Young Ham of the Year presentation. There it is there. And there's another shot of it, and there's a closer shot of it there. And you can recognize some of the people there. There's Emmett, there's Rich from CQ, Don has got the mic there, and you can see Bob Heil there in the background. Hamvention always has a booth there, and there I am visiting with Ron Kramer. He's I think he was the chairman of Hamvention, and of this last year, and he's there. The Hamvention usually sends someone down every year. There's some of the guys there, the main guys you want to stay on the good side of. They really help us out. That's Mark Brown there. He usually checks in the net quite often on 40 meters. And let's see what we got. There's a couple guys you might recognize right there. I don't know who they are, just some of the riffraff that somehow got through the door. There you can see the ticket barrel's getting a little bit more tickets in it right there, so we're starting to fill up a little bit. So boy, we're really excited. We're really excited about going to Huntsville. It's going to be a great Hamfest. I thought I had one here of the door opening. Let's see. There's our mobile cart that we can roll around inside there. And we should have Wi-Fi connectivity through our own network where we can roll that video cart anywhere inside the facility and talk to people and let you see things. So they just opened the door there. You can see the people are starting to rush in right there. So again, so excited about the Huntsville Hamfest. If you want to find out more about it, just go to hamfest.org, hamfest.org, and you will see all the information there. They've even got a program there and pictures and everything. So that was our little segment I wanted to do on Huntsville. Let's see. Now we're going to go to. I want to take you guys back into Martin Jue's office. Now, there's a lot of stuff in Martin's office, so brain overload might happen. So be very careful of that. So we're going to go into Martin's office next. So stand by and see how much of this equipment you recognize, or how much of it that you may have used many years ago. Hey guys, we're at MFJ. I'm here with Martin. Man, it's always fun to come here. All this great stuff to look at, old stuff I grew up with. I don't know, oh man, I feel like I'm in heaven here. Hey, cameraman Walter's with me today. Walter's our cameraman. Walter, take a shot at some of this vintage equipment over here, and we're gonna step inside here.
There's VFO from Night Kit, from Heat Kit. There's some, that whole stack are VFOs. Most of them are HW16s. That was a novice receiver transmitter, not a transceiver. There's some old test equipment there. This is a General Radio oscillator that covers from 0.5 megahertz to 50 megahertz. It can put a watt out, and you can use that as a transmitter. And this device here is how they used to measure the resistance and reactance of loads like an antenna. And there's some more bridges down here, and just some more signal generators over here, and some old receivers.
Man, come on in, Walter, bring it on in here. Man, we're going to talk about some of the stuff real quick. Look, man, look at this stuff, guys. This is little prototypes. This is little prototypes of stuff. I mean, tons and tons of stuff. I don't know if you can look at this or not, but this looks like a little receiver that was prototyped right here. Breadboarded, Manhattan style, where you just solder the components to each other. Am I putting it in the right place?
Yeah, anywhere's fine. Take a look at that one.
Let's see what this is. This is
that's a regenerative receiver that I converted to a single band receiver for 40 meters, and you can actually operate and make good contacts with this receiver.
Well, that's good. There's not much in it too. What kind of chip is that? This
that's
is that one little 602? No,
no, that's
an LM 380 3.
Let's see, 381.
Is that the audio or something? I can't
that's
tell.
The audio chip. It's a 0.5 watt audio output chip.
Man, this is so cool, man. Here's a little looks like a little well, this is what the inside's to.
I think I made that into a Z-match.
A Z-match?
Yeah.
You got all kinds of matches here. Here's a Z-match. It looks like you've built, and
that's
I can pull it out.
Yeah, you can pull it out. That's a L network.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's got a reversible.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Variable inductor there. That's kind of cool. I like the way you build it on a board there.
Yeah. With wood screws.
That's the way to do things, man. Ah, looks like some type, maybe a low pass filter or something.
Yeah, some kind of filter.
Yeah. This stuff, you did this so long ago, you don't even remember what some of it is, do you?
Long time
Oh
ago.
man. Oh man, the more I dig in here, I find stuff. I find all kinds of stuff. Oh boy. You remember what this is?
Forgot now. Looks like some kind of transceiver.
Could be. Oh man. Someday I'm gonna come down here when I got more time. I'm gonna dig in this stuff and see what you got here. Let's look at some of the radios up here. Boy, you got some heat kits.
Yeah, those are
HW.
QRP heat kits.
Oh man, there's the 8s, the
Yeah.
7s.
And 9. HW7, HW8, HW9s. There's a Drake. There's the power supply for 'em.
And this is a 2B. I had one of these. The guy loaned me one time. That's a good little receiver right there.
Yeah. There's
And
some Tentex over there.
oh wait, what is this? Is
That's
this a
a
101?
HW, yeah.
I bought my first sideband rig. You know, we were on AM when I started out, but my first sideband rig was just like this, but it was the HW100, and it was, I guess, the one right before this one. And I built that as a kit. Cost $249 when it came out. Of course, that didn't include a power supply. And you know what? I kept that thing 20 years, and I sold it for $249.
Wow.
I sold it for what I paid for it.
Wow.
Night Space Banner. I think we'll
That's
see another
receiver
one.
head, yeah.
We'll
Take
have
a look
another
at that tube.
What do we got here?
That's a transmitter.
This is a transmitter.
And I think there's a receiver built in there too.
With six
Regenerative receiver.
U8 tubes.
Yeah.
Six U8s. All right, that's kind of cool.
And the power supply I took off out of this Q multiplier.
Okay. Well, power supply maybe.
No, that's the audio amp.
Oh, is that an audio amp?
Mm-hmm. That transformer is used as a filter.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Oh man, look at all this stuff. Well, let's just keep going here. Here's your extended double zip coming in.
Yeah, 180 feet long.
And you got an IC7300 back here. You
Yeah.
sneak back here and operate. How much do you get on that?
A
little
Didn't
bit?
have much time on it.
Yeah.
It's something that I'm hiding. A new piece of equipment
Hiding
that I didn't
something?
want anybody to see.
What's that? That thing
That's
here?
my new spectrum analyzer.
All right. What?
There's
How
two
high?
EFOs
How high will
back
it go?
here.
Spectrum
It
analyzer.
goes, I think that one goes up to 3 gigahertz.
3 gigs?
Wait. No, it's only 2 gigahertz.
Okay, I've got an IFR piece of test equipment with spectrum analyzer in it. I think it goes up a little over 2 gigs, somewhere in that area. Yeah, that's handy, man. Handy.
Yeah.
Let's walk around.
Yeah,
Let's
this
see.
thing doesn't belong back here with all my old stuff.
Yeah. Let's oh, hey, just take a quick look at this. Hey, Martin, what is it? You said this is a 40 meter.
Yeah, 40 meter
40 meter
magnetic
loop. Magnetic loop. Look at it. Here's some capacitor right here.
Everything's
40 meter
welded.
loop. It's all welded together. Martin says the problem is it's too big. He can't ship it. So I don't know. All right. Let's step around in. Let's step around into your office over
Okay.
here. Is there anything?
I forgot there was something.
Let's just look at these other things here. All right. So here's a little gizmo you're working on right here.
Yeah, that's a pre-selector preamp for these SDR dongles.
A pre-selector. So that's going to take out all the garbage coming in on the front end, and
Keeps it from being overloaded.
that's good. Now, is this something? Are y'all producing this yet?
Not yet, and we're going
But
to.
you will be.
I'm just playing with it, working
Okay.
on it. There's a
Let's see what
little
this is.
preamp that's out of the receiving loop that we have.
Okay. All right. Let's step around and let's look at some stuff here. Let's see. Cameraman, you may want to come over this way a little.
Oh
The cameraman this way.
Right.
We're over here, and we got so much stuff to see. Martin, we get back over here.
Okay.
Come on back over. So tell us about some stuff, Martin. Now,
Okay.
I can remember seeing one of these when I was beginning a ham. That would be a nice little receiver for the guy back in 1950, wouldn't it?
Oh, that
55?
was a very nice receiver back then. You know, when I turn that knob there, that knob just spins because there's a weight on the back of it.
Yeah,
flywheel.
What people don't realize is, on the new rigs today, that everything's digital. You don't have any realization of how wide a band really is. You just read the digits. Back then, we had analog stuff, and I was showing Walter earlier that 40 meters, Walter, you might try to get a close-up here. 40 meters on this receiver. You see the 7 right here. There's 7, and 7 and 7.3. Look at that. There's 7.5. 40 meter band is right there. That's the entire band. And what you do, you kind of get in the frequency you want, and of course the band spread will let you tune that frequency, much more fine tuning. So that's what we used back in AM and mostly CW. Got some Drake stuff.
Yeah, let me show you something here that's interesting.
Okay.
This is a national receiver.
Yeah.
This is back in 1950s. The way you change bands is you pull this thing out. And you take that whole drawer out.
Yep.
And
Put another one in.
wooden box up there is full of bands.
Oh yeah.
So you just, whatever band you want to operate on, you push this thing back in and lock it in.
Things seem so much better today, don't they? You don't have to have all those plug-ins.
Oops.
Yeah.
There it goes.
That's how you change bands, and that's the 7 to 14 megahertz band right there. Cool. All right, so some heat kits here.
Yeah. This is a HW99, which was a 50-watt novice radio.
I'd never seen one of those.
Transceiver.
I didn't know about that.
It didn't cover 20 meters. It was 80, 40, and 15.
So it was a novice type
Novice,
radio.
Yeah. It drifted like crazy.
Oh, really? This is a good old rig that many people grew up with right there, the transmitter. That's the DX, what's that, DX20?
DX35, is it 35? Yeah, DX35.
Okay.
Crystal control. Right above it is a DFO.
Where's the crystal hole socket? I don't see it.
It's inside, it's behind it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, you had a switch to select crystals there.
Right up here is the first Heathkit transmitter, DX,
Right
under
there?
AT1, yeah. I think it's
Okay.
$29.95 back in the early 50s.
Yeah, and there's the socket on here for the crystal.
Mhm.
Let's see what we got going over here. Boy, a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff.
See, this is a line of our original products right there.
Some of
Back
your
there in
original
the
stuff,
corner,
your keyers
Yeah.
and
when it first started out.
yeah. In fact, I had the keyer and some of the other things that you went through. So what's this guy? What is this thing? Is that a antenna tuner? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a Millen.
James Millen.
Yeah, James Millen antenna tuner. And there's a Heathkit antenna tuner up at the very top, and there's a World Radio Lab antenna tuner, that little light gray one with the gold-looking knobs.
Uh-huh.
And right below that is another antenna tuner. It's made by Latine. I think that's how you pronounce it.
So here's
no, Lysco.
here's an old Harvey Wells.
Oh,
transmitter.
that was the
No,
original
that's a Z-Match. That's a
Z-Match.
Z-Match. That's not the
The
transmitter.
original Z-Match, yeah.
The Z-Match. All right, now we're getting into kind of some of my stuff here. That was my receiver as a novice, and the neat thing about it was it had 80 through 6 meters, and that was the entire ham band. So if you looked at the one we showed you earlier, the ham band was about 1/8 of an inch long. Here the ham band is like 6 inches long. So that was a great receiver, and it also had 6 meters on it. This was a matching transmitter to that receiver. I did not have this transmitter. Again, crystal control. Your crystals, back when we were novices, you had to plug a crystal in. Everybody had only 2 or 3 crystals.
And that's the great equivalent, the 2NT transmitter and the 2C receiver, which was a competitor of the helicopter
Oh wow!
right next
I
to
didn't
it.
I didn't know that.
But look right above that 2NT Drake transmitter, that big black box.
Uh-huh.
That's an instructograph. It had paper tape for teaching you Morse code.
I've seen those. I saw one. I've even saw it operate once. That's kind of cool.
Let me
All
show
right.
you one other thing here.
Okay.
See these 2 boxes here?
Here.
Yeah,
Read
they're
the
the same thing. That was the very first piece of transistorized ham radio equipment. It's a converter for a broadcast band radio in your car, and it allowed you to have ham band only receiver.
That was, see, okay, all right, I know exactly what you're talking about there. It hooked in between the antenna and the radio,
Yeah.
and it was a converter.
And the early version of it is over there to the upper top at the right. That's a Gonset mobile converter, but used tubes.
Oh, that's cool. Now, back over here, first of all, while I've got my eyes on it, there was my first transmitter. This was a kit. It was a Knight T150, 150 watts. The nice thing is it went through 6 meters, 80 through 6. And again, we weren't allowed to use the VFO when we were novices. We had to plug a crystal in right here. But I built that as a kit. Martin, I had what is it? The Helicrafters. I think I had a SS-38 somewhere, and I lost it.
S-38, yeah.
I don't know what happened to it. But those are kind of neat. Now,
that was the S-53.
were these ever good enough quality for a ham to use to receive?
Yeah, they were. I mean, back then, you used just about anything
You could get your hands on. That's right. Yeah. Today, that would be very crude.
It would be very crude, yeah.
So this is a Knight receiver. Is this the R100?
R100, yeah.
That's the match to that.
Yeah.
That would have been a cool receiver.
They had a built-in key multiplier.
Uh-huh. Let's see, we got stuff down here below.
Oh yeah, that's
Cool.
the S. This is unique. It's like the S-38 receiver that you had,
Uh-huh.
but that had a transmitter built into it.
Oh, see the transmit receive switch.
Yeah.
That is
Now,
cool.
The output tube of the transmitter was the audio output tube.
Was it
it
something like
doubled.
a 6v6 or something?
Yeah, it was
or-
something like that.
Mhm.
And that's a Hamlin
Yeah.
HQ110.
Now, I love the looks of this Helicrafters here.
That's
It looks like-
there's a SX1
Yeah.
110 SX.
S10, S10B?
Let's see.
S10B or
Let's see what that is. Oh yeah, S108.
108?
Yeah,
Okay.
that
That's
was
a
like the
fine looking-
OS40.
Yeah.
And this is a Helicrafter, but it was before Helicrafter bought them.
Okay, so it's carrying a name, Echo's
Yeah.
Echo phone.
Yeah.
Okay. Got some national
And,
stuff
the
here.
National SW54 with a shortwave receiver. And this is one of the early first transistorized transceiver. That's a Yaesu FT7. That's the B model, but the first one came out was a 10-watt model.
All right, well, let's look on down here. Let's see what we got down here.
That's a homebrewed something that I got off of eBay. I haven't hooked it up to play with it.
Plate amps, transmit, receive, meter. Let's see, transmit tuning. This, I don't know. This may be a transceiver. I have no idea.
Yeah,
Receiver tuning on this side.
yeah. It's a receiver transmitter.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's nice homebrew kind of deal.
Now, down here are some of the first transistor radios that broadcast band that Heathkit had.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And then the little one. I
Yeah.
remember when the little stuff came out and people started carrying. You could carry it around with you.
This is a Fillmore radio, very much like the first one that I had built. One transistor.
All right. Well, here we got the space spanner. Now, you say that was your first receiver. I
First
think.
receiver, yeah, regenerative receiver.
And you never heard him. Never made a contact with it.
Couldn't make a contact with it.
Isn't it terrible? The old stuff we have to try to use. You know, we made it work. And here's your.
That's
here's
the Miko.
Here's a transmitter. This is probably similar to what you had.
Yeah.
When you
6B6.
started out. Right here. So again, we were all crystal control. Here's a crystal for 3757 or something like that. He's got 2 crystals plugged in. This is how we got our frequency. This is what the FCC said we had to use. And to change bands on this thing, of course, you had to change the frequency of the crystal. but you unplug the 80-meter coil and you plug in, say, the 40-meter coil, and that's how we changed bands. And boy, we hit probably a whopping how many watts, Martin?
Oh, that probably put out 5 to 7 watts.
5 to 7 watts. Yeah. Let's see what we got. Well, anyway, hey, the old Conar. I had a friend that built one of these back in the early '60s. This is interesting here because
That's the Johnson. And if you look,
so yeah, these two are kind of interesting, Martin. You were telling us that if you look closely, they're identical.
yeah,
One is a night kit, and one is a Johnson Adventure.
uh-huh.
And of course, you can see all the knob placements are all the same. And now that one came out as a kit. And you know if this came out as a kit?
It did come out as a kit. Now look over here. See this one right up there, SBE 34. That was one of the very early, mostly solid state transceivers. It had a tube in the final, and the driver tube. The driver was also a tube. Now this one right here is interesting. That's a Gonset. That's not a transceiver. It's a transmitter and a receiver. They're separate.
That's interesting. Well, and here's our VFO. This is, today you just tune that big knob and the digits pop up on what frequency you're on. This is what we had. This is a VFO. If you wanted to be on 7200, you just turn that up right around, put that pointer somewhere around 7200, and
now that only set the frequency of the transmitter,
right?
And you had to set your own receiver frequency.
Well, that's true. But that's the VFO, and things have changed a lot. Wow. Well, look, hey guys, that's just a quick tour of some of the vintage gear that Martin has here. Martin, when I have more time, I'm gonna come back and play with some of these.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Martin has got some great toys, man. I mean, this guy's got so much ham radio stuff, and man, it's like the real candy store there when you go down here. I always have a great time down here looking at the stuff and putting my hands on it. So let's see. We're gonna go down to Hollywood in just a minute. We'll be right back here. 1 second. Heard it, worked it, logged it. It's time to get the transceiver that's best suited for your lifestyle. ICOM offers a variety of high performance and innovative products. The IC7610 is the SDR every ham wants. This high performance SDR has the ability to pick out the faintest of signals, even in the presence of stronger adjacent signals. It's a direct sampling software defined radio that will change the world's definition of an SDR transceiver. It has RF direct sampling, an independent dual receiver, and dual digit select. The IC7300 is changing the way entry-level HF is designed. This high-performance, innovative HF transceiver with a compact design will far exceed your expectations. It has RF direct sampling, 15 discrete bandpass filters, a large color touchscreen, real-time spectrum scope, and an SD memory card slot. Visit www.icomamerica.com/amateur for more information on ICOM radios.
LDG Electronics provides state-of-the-art antenna tuners for every amateur need. From QRP to QRO, fixed stations, portable and remote, an LDG tuner will match your radio to your antenna using our lightning-fast, proprietary tuning algorithms. LDG is a family-owned and operated company dedicated to bringing innovative, quality products to the amateur market. All LDG products carry a full 2-year warranty that is fully transferable. Support is only a phone call or email away. We're always here to help you. Visit us on the web at ldgelectronics.com.
All right, so let's do this now. Let's go out to Hollywood. Now, this was a few years ago, and we were running a ratio of 4:3. You know, over the last few years we've been running, 16 by 9 picture, widescreen picture, but much of this was shot at 4 by 3, so it's going to be a square picture. And the internet connection we had was not great there, so we had some bandwidth issues. But again, we went out to Hollywood, spent an entire week out there at the set of Last Man Standing. Our friend John Amadeo asked us to come out, and we webcasted even a special event there. A special event, it was K6H from the stage there. And we had a great time there, and then we got to walk around on the stage and go behind stages. I even opened a refrigerator there in Mike Baxter's kitchen and looked at the beers. And I walked up the stairs. Of course, there is no upstairs, but I walked up the stairs, and we really got to dig into that. So it was a great trip for us when we went out there. I got to meet Tim. I met Tim personally while there, and convinced him. Tim was wanting to keep a secret that he got his license, and I told him, I said, well, Tim, it's kind of in the FCC database, it's going to be public information. He goes, okay. So he gave me permission to break the news on our broadcast from out there on our show. So we broke the news that Tim had his license. They built us a nice studio out there. If you watch Last Man Standing, you know what the store looks like there, Outdoor Man. So that's a little piece they put together for us for our interviews and stuff right there, where we actually had our own set that they put together for us. And there's some of the crew. There's John Amadeo there all the way to on the right side of the picture. He's the producer there of the show, and the other people there are staff that assist him in producing the show. So it was we had a great time out there. So we're going to go behind stage, and we're going to just walk around there in Last Man Standing and let you see what that looks like. So here we go. All right, so this is this is Mike Baxter's boss's office right here on the show. If you watch the show, you'll see this office. This office usually stays built up quite a bit of the time. They don't really move it. So they've got yellow tape here to keep us out. Looks really neat and clean inside there to be in a studio environment. Okay, Kathy, let's walk on down the road here. If you can do this. All right, we'll come on down a little bit. All right, I'm not sure what this set is here. This is well, this is outside of Mike's boss's office. I guess it's looks like an area where people will, have lunch and things. There's a microwave over there, and there's part of the store back there. Different sets are used for different things, so depending on what angle you're looking at it. Let's go on down. Look here, Kathy. All right, let's stop here for a second. Look, this is going to be the studio right here. This is actually the front door for Mike Baxter's house. Hey, the grass here. Uh-oh. It looks like this grass can be moved real easily. Looks like AstroTurf to me. Here's his front door. Let's check this out here. I don't know. It looks real. We've got a garbage can over here. Looks like you got a little workshop back here, actually, outside. So This is his front door right here. Kathy, move down just a little bit, and we'll show how the set changes here. And then if you look on this side of his the front yard here, you can see it's actually nothing here. Drop some? Oh, okay, we're moving on. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I saw a cable pull here. Okay, here's the 10-meter station. Maybe you can zoom in here. This is the 10-meter station using the ICOM radios. This is the 7200 here, and this is the camouflaged. I'm not sure which model it is. They're all 7200. Yeah, they're all the same. It's just different paintings. This is the olive drab. That looks like the camouflage, and then the black one down here. So this will be the 10-meter station. And back here, you can see all the seats back here. We were sitting in one of these yesterday for one of the walkthroughs. There was about 4 or 5 people back here. When they do the live show, people will come in and sit here. But we were here yesterday and watched them practice their lines from the script yesterday. All right, let's walk on down. Wait just a little. Show this right here. And here we go. How do you guys like this this boom mic right here? Look at this. This is what we need for our next webcast. We need this boom here and a microphone on the end there. It looks like a big fishing reel or something. I don't know, man. Huh, interesting. All right, across on this side of the walkway, this is the living room of the set. And looks like back in the back you can see Mike's office back there in the very back. But this is the living room, and they've got it all prepared for the show that they're putting together this week. So you can see we got walls, fireplaces, we got real windows, furniture. All right, I've been given special permission to cross the police tape. Hope I don't get shot, but here we go. So I'm inside the set now. Hope my feet aren't dirty. But yeah, this is the front door right here that goes outside to the outside that we just showed you a few minutes ago, where I was outside. You might actually see me through the window here. So I actually have a wall and a window here. Here's the door where the trick-or-treaters will be coming, and then this is looks like Mike's little office back here. Oh, he's got nice leather furniture here, a big flat screen TV, his desk, all kinds of things. And then, Kathy, I'm going to go upstairs. Right here. This is the stairway that goes upstairs right here. Make sure Kathy can kind of aim in here. That's good right there. So we're going to go up here, and oh man, I'm nowhere. I'm up in the scaffolding. I'm up in the scaffolding here. There's not much, no place to go up here. So if they do need a bedroom, instead of it being upstairs, of course they'll build it downstairs. All right, so let me walk back down. We'll cross the yellow tape. as Kathy was mentioning, everything's real here. All the remote controls, the TVs, everything is real on set. Everything works. Oh, look at this, Kathy. Look at this right here. Wait till the producer leaves and he's not looking. I'll try to set up her. Here we go. Here we go. I'm sitting in the great Tim Allen's chair right now. Oh, this feels good. Better put it back exactly where it was, because Tim is very particular on how things are. All right, we're going to go on down. Yeah, this is the Baxter's kitchen. I'm going to scoot underneath the police tape here and sneak back here in their kitchen. Everything here works. The stove works. Look at this refrigerator. The refrigerator works. Look at this. Normally, the bottles of beers are props. This feels like it is the real stuff right here. It's cold and it has a liquid in it. You think it's fake. Okay, Kathy says it's fake. Orange juice, oranges, apples, everything in here. And, oh, this is the lot. Let's see. Well, this is a pantry. This is a pantry right here. Place for the dog down here, a dog bowl. We got, you know, pantry. We got all kinds of neat stuff here in the pantry. Again, the dog, I guess, sleeps there and eats there. Let's see what we got here. This must be. Hope the alarm's not on. Oh, this is cool. This goes out into the garage, and we'll come down in just a minute to the garage. But this comes to the. Actually, I don't know how you get here, to tell you the truth. Tim has one of his own personal trucks in here. Oh. And let's see, this looks like it goes outside to a back porch area. Yeah, this goes out to a little back porch area. You can see, and we'll see that. We'll come around. A lot of leaves on the porch out here. We'll come around to the set and see it. So, all right, let me sneak under the tape again. Test my test. Okay. This is the back porch. This is the back porch. There's actually leaves all over the ground here. Leaves on the back porch here. There's some outside furniture. Nice pine trees, decorations. Look at all the flowers here. Kathy, we need to get some flowers like this for our yard. Will they not die? I think these will never die here. Yeah. Way back here, looks like we got a little bit of backyard, maybe. Not much. Hey, you got in here. Hey, roll over here. We'll see if we can get in his workshop, in his garage here. I'm moving power cords with my feet as we move around here. All right, so Kathy, I'm going to try to sneak in here. All right. Wow. Okay. I think it's pretty good right there. That's good. Look, hey, this is one of Tim's personal trucks. I probably shouldn't be lifting that, but this is one of Tim's. He has about 30 cars in his collection. This is a pickup. He's got washer and dryer over here. You can't see it, but he's got pegboard over here with it's loaded with tools. Ladders, yeah, okay.
I don't know what's back here. Nothing's back here. This is okay. Whoa. So he's got a little bit of a backyard right here. That's a nice big tree right there. Actually, it's actually sawed off at the top. It's the trees. Show them the top of the tree right there. So it looks like Tim or Mike Baxter maybe has been out here with a chainsaw and sawed off the top of his tree. All right. All right. So next we're going to see an area. Mandy on the program is doing some volunteer service on one of the shows, and she's going to work at one of the voting poll locations. So you can see that here's some so you can see these are some polling machines right here, a little desk and set. The president's back there. So this is a voting area for the show. Now and this is a school. This is a part of the school here. So actually the voting booth is actually in a school. I'll go into the tape here and come around. This looks like carpet in here, but it's not carpet. It's some type of linoleum or something. Anyway, so you can see this is the hallway in the school here. All the trophies that the school might have. We don't have lights on in here, so it may be a little bit dark for you. I'm going to walk into the music room at the school. So, Kathy, you want to roll that way, and I'll walk through the door here into the music room. So here we are in the music room. Nice big grand piano, and there's seats over there for people to sit and play their instruments, and instruments back here. Kathy, take a shot of this over here. Now, this is not in any of the sets right now. Okay. This is not in any of the sets right now, but and I'm not a real gun person. I own some guns, but we can see here. Here's an AR-15. This looks like some short pump shotguns right here, with just a handle, no stock handle. Short shotguns, AR-15. I'm not sure. This is it's got a clip. Not sure what that is. A couple other shotguns. A couple rifles mixed in. And as you notice, there's a lock on it right here. Right here. Okay. So all these guns are real guns, but the inside has been welded. They've taken parts out, and the inside has been welded, so they cannot be used, but they all have serial numbers on them. When they build up a set, these guns will go back into the set somewhere later. I'm going to check one thing here. Okay, let's head back down the other way. You might give them a shot of all the scaffolding and the things up in the ceiling where they hang their lights and different various things. They hang the walls from that. And again, this is a music room in the school. The school does not stay here all the time, but it's built for the show this week. All right. Again, here's the shot where the audience, you can see the audience sits up here in the dark area. It's quite long, and they see each of the different sets right here as the actors move from one set to the other set. Well, this is a very nice tour here. We were just looking at the mic booms. We need one of those for our broadcast, our webcast. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is John Amadeo. He is the producer of Last Man Standing.
Hi. 1 minute is I'm very sweaty and very dirty, having just come off of the roof, putting up yet another antenna for CW, which we're in the process of tuning. So we did. It's in the shape of a C and W. It's amazing. It's a whole new concept of antennas. Because it's in the shape of CW, it actually transmits CW better than most horizontal antennas, which tend to transmit T's better than C's and W's. So it is, yeah. Yes. It's curved. It's coated with a white waterproof fabric membrane, really, which keeps the rain out of the stage, but it also makes it very slippery, very hot because it's white. It's here in Southern California. As most viewers know, it gets really hot. Last week it was 115 on the roof. Today it's actually kind of nice. It's only about maybe 90 up there, but very sweaty and it's very dirty. So
you don't worry about falling off?
I don't. No, it's
you don't get that close to the edge.
No, it's very stable. I'm up toward the center of the curve. Although if you drop a tool or a nut or a screw, it's going to just fly off the edge of that roof. So,
maybe get a car down below or something.
It might.
Maybe Tim's. Us.
I would hate to do that. I would hope.
Yeah.
You would try to, if we drop something, we try to have it go toward the back of the stage.
Yeah.
Where it stops in the rain gutter and doesn't hit anybody. So anyway, so we're feverishly prepping for our K6H event tomorrow. We've got a lot more antenna tuning to do, and I kept the antennas actually quite low because there's some winds coming here tonight in Southern California. But I'm about to go back up and raise them all up to their event height, which will give us a lot better range and actually better SWR. Top of the roof right now is covered with solar panels that the studio uses to offset their power costs. But the problem with that is, as you can imagine, having all those solar panels and a lot of large air conditioning ducts really interferes with the antennas. So there's tuning is difficult on the roof. Having said that, I think we'll still do well tomorrow in our event. I think you will.
Indian 6JA?
Correct.
That's your call.
That is my call.
And John is the guy that made it possible for us to come on this trip. He said, "Tom, come out here. We want you out here." So this is the guy here. We're greatly.
Well, you guys you're a ham radio tradition, so it wouldn't be a very special event without you and your streaming audience. So.
Well, I tell you, and you've helped take our webcast now to another level. We've never had our own set and stage like this.
I'm happy to do that.
With union people and gaffers and giffers and whatever you call those guys.
That's right. And there were no fights and no fist fights broke out over cables and lights and things.
I heard a few union guys saying, so and so's supposed to move that or touch that. But,
That's right. You have to each person on the show has its own specific job, and they're very proud of the way they do it, and the unions really know how to do their thing. So we try to respect that. And you can tell by looking around the stage. I know your viewers have had an opportunity to look at our sets. On camera, they look absolutely real. When you're looking the way your camera's pointed right now into the set, you would feel like you're in somebody's living room. I hope you have had an opportunity to turn the camera around and show the viewers. A lot of times we'll get an email saying, "We love your show, but we really don't like your phony laugh track." To which I have to say, well, there are 250 people sitting in that audience. They're not phony laugh track. They're real people, and they're real Tim Allen fans, and they love the show, and they laugh. The jokes are funny. They laugh. Maybe they're not used to laugh tracks anymore because there haven't been a lot of situation comedies in the last few years. But hopefully we'll restore their faith in sitcoms and in laugh tracks and all of that stuff.
Well, this whole experience has shown me that it's truly all these people. You got so many professional people here, from your union people, your electricians, your sound people, the people that build the sets. I mean, everything here is perfect. I guess it has to be perfect for a TV show, right?
It
it's
does,
workable.
it does.
I showed them the refrigerator.
Yeah,
Now, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
I thought the beer bottles were not really full.
Oh no, they're full. They're just not real beer.
Oh, okay.
There's
So
no
it
alcohol
has a
in it.
liquid. So you've
Yeah.
replaced the liquid. Oh, okay.
Sure. If you have a glass of wine
I
on
thought-
the stage, it's
I-
more likely grape juice.
I thought it tasted funny.
Well,
yeah.
that's, how many have you had?
Well, I had about 8 of them.
Okay, well that explains a lot.
And
so.
yeah.
I see you weaving through the aisle here.
Yeah.
You may get pulled over.
All right. Well, look, I know you're busy, but thanks for.
Oh,
you have
do
a
you?
question? Yeah.
That's a funny question. Is that almost like a changing a light bulb question?
Repeat the question.
How many people does it take to produce a show? Our crew, when it's at its full level, is about 150 people. On a weekly basis, let's say from Wednesday through Friday, there might be 50 to 60 people. But on our show days, which are Monday and Tuesday, when we actually shoot on the stage, it swells to 150 people.
Well, John, does that include everybody that builds the walls and the
Yeah, I
sets
think
and the
so.
wiring and everything?
I think
Pretty
150
much?
people is about
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
During the week, of course, it's mostly the actors working on the stage with the director, rehearsing the scenes to be ready for the show. But on the days when the show actually shoots, naturally, that's when the cameramen come, and that's when the sound men come, makeup and hair people come in. Those people don't need to be here during the week when we're rehearsing because we're not shooting the rehearsal. But on the show days, those people come, and then they fill out the rest of the crew. So it jumps from 50 or 60 or so to 150. I don't know that includes editorial, because after we shoot the show, naturally you have to edit it, and that's a whole separate department also here on the CBS lot. But it takes a lot of people, and each person has their own specific individual job. And that's how this gets done so quickly and so well, because we're not really job sharing. There is one person whose job it is to just manage the props that the actors handle, and there's one person whose job, or actually a team of people, whose job it is to decorate the set with all of the paintings and pottery and photographs. So because each job has a fairly narrow definition, it can be done very efficiently. I hope that answers it.
Any more?
You know what? That's going to be a question for my director of photography. What's the color temperature of our lights? I actually don't know the answer to that question.
I just know you.
But I have a department head that
I
does.
just know that they're pretty hot when I touch them. That's all I know. I don't understand this 2,700 degree Kelvin stuff and all that.
I don't believe that they're daylight. I believe that they're not daylight, but I don't know the answer to that. And of course, we use a combination of lights in different kinds of sets. We just shot a very elaborate blue screen, meaning a special effects shot last week, in which case we used HMIs, which is a different color temperature than the standard lights that we would use on the set. Naturally, what your viewership is seeing are just our work lights. These sets are not lit. When you see those sets lit, they're very sparkly and beautiful, and of course, in this is just some incandescent work lights. So it probably doesn't look like much, but I encourage you to watch the show on Friday nights on ABC, because that's when you're going to see how beautiful the sets are.
Thank you.
They come to Los Angeles, California, and they go on a website called tvtickets.com, www.tvtickets.com, and they simply reserve seats. You don't get charged for that. It's free. You book a date that you're available to be here in Los Angeles and come to a show. We need you to come to the show. As I said, we have 200, sometimes 250 people are watching our show, and we need them to respond to our actors and laugh at the show. So the viewers, we hope the viewers will come because they know the show and they love the show.
Bruce wants a job.
I don't know. What does Bruce do? I don't know. You never know.
All right, what else we got for John real quick? I know I'm taking his time. This
No,
guy's
right back to the
busy.
roof after this.
Are you going back up on the roof?
Good.
Okay.
Okay, there'll be more questions tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad to have the viewers, and I'm glad the hams have liked the show, and I'm glad the hams have embraced the show. But it's more important that they have to turn down their ham radios for just a few minutes on Friday nights at 8 o'clock and go over to ABC, QSY over to ABC, and watch the show, because that's really, we need viewers just like viewers need good television, and we hope that's a good match. We're a good match for one another. It is a very confusing thing. Last Man Standing is owned and produced by 20th Century Fox Television. However, we've sold the show to air on ABC, on the ABC television network. And we just happen to be renting space here at the CBS lot. So we're a tenant here. We rent this stage like anyone else can rent it. and we rent it because it's very convenient for us. It's a great stage. It's a 22,000 square foot stage, and our sets are quite big, as I think your set tour probably just showed. So we needed a stage that was this big and had really good facilities, and the CBS Radford lot has some of the best television production facilities you can imagine. I can't even name the number of shows that have been shot here. Most of your famous favorite sitcoms have been shot here. Obviously, Seinfeld, we've talked about, this is the Seinfeld stage, but now it's the Last Man Standing stage. But Will and Grace was shot here. All of the Mary Tyler Moore shows, you know, like Lou Grant, Mary Tyler Moore, Frasier was shot here. So many, many popular, going back to, all the way back to Gilligan's Island, where I believe I showed you guys where the lagoon was in Gilligan's Island. It has a huge history of television production. In fact, I believe one of your interviews tomorrow will talk extensively about the history of CBS, which started in the 1920s as the Mack Sennett Studios. All the Keystone Cops were done here. Now, some of your viewers are probably too young, but I bet most of the Ham viewers are old enough to know who the Keystone Cops were. And that was all shot here on the CBS lot.
We still have a few of those around Washington today.
I bet you do.
Yeah.
See, there you go. There's that political humor that Last Man Standing is famous for. Anyway, I'm going to run back to the room.
Thank you. Thanks, John.
You guys continue your
Thanks.
set tour. Thank you.
Thank you, man. We'll see you after a while. You gotta help us or tell us when to get out of here. And I need to talk to you too about what we can leave or can't take or do take. I mean, yeah. Well, we'll talk. We'll talk later. We'll talk later. Yeah. All right. Thank you. All right. So we're gonna roll back down this way. Let me go back in Mike's boss's office. I didn't get back in here, so I'm going to sneak back in here. So I'm back in Mike's boss's office. Let me just sit down right here. Oh man, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool right here. I feel like I'm working. Here we got Outdoors Man magazine. Cool. Okay. Well, there's no chair there. So let's roll back and go over here a minute. Let's check this room out. Let's go in here. Let's see what we got in here. Well, it looks like there's more, more products, man. We got arrows. We've got. And all kinds of things. What is this? This is your Krypton flashlights here. Real flashlights in package. Fishing rods back here. Bow and arrows. All the real stuff, you know. Got a little sink. This is a break area farm. Got a computer screen here. Okay. Let's go over and look at the station over here, Kathy. One of the. This is kind of cool. This is a background of one of a forest or something. It's actually your like a banner, you know. You can put up. They got a few trees and stuff. All right, let's go to the operating position. Yeah. I could use this at home to put up antennas with. I'm sure that thing will probably go up pretty good. Oh, look at all the camouflaged. This is part of the retail store. They'll just move these things down to the store when they set that up. And there's a wall here that I guess for some set. Let's go in here. Kathy, roll right here for a minute. I'll hold this up. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Okay. This is actually a blueprint drawing of the entire set here. Every week they have a brand new blueprint drawing of where every wall, everything goes. This particular blueprint here actually has drawn into it all the ham radio operating positions for this weekend. going to see this is going to be the 20 meter station. This is the 20 meter station. Oh, and it's on the air right now. It's on 20. I'm going to hold the mic up to the headphones. We're on 14242 right now. But this is a Mike's station. I think this is the one in his office. Everything works. Laptop. This is one in the basement. I don't know. We've got the big ICOM 7700 right here. Boom headset, mic. DX Engineering antenna tuners, LDG tuners, and then of course he's got his calls, his QSL cards on the wall. We finally paid the ransom, and we have our card up on the wall with all the other people. And all the certificates are real certificates from the ARL. Of course, the call is fictitious. The KA0XTT is fictitious, but all these are Worked All Continents, the DX Century Club, Worked All States. It's to Mac Baxter and his call. The band plan, there's a license. There's actually an FCC license right there with Mike Baxter's name on it. So this is one of his operating positions here. All right, we're going to roll back over to our set. And again, yeah, in fact, wrong shot. Pull it out.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you guys attended with us tonight. You know, Riley Hollingsworth was going to be with us tonight to talk about the volunteer monitoring program, but something came up that he couldn't get out of, so he had to cancel tonight. So that's why we pulled this show together. And the fact that a lot of the equipment's being taken apart and put in the truck tonight is another reason that we're having kind of a shorter show of this type. But again, thank you so much for attending tonight. Help us spread the word about the Huntsville Hamfest. We'll be live Friday morning during setup. Give us to about 9 o'clock a.m. to get a stream going, but we'll be streaming all day Friday, all day Saturday, Sunday. We got thousands of dollars in prizes for you guys, so hey, the chances are pretty good you're going to win probably one out of a few hundred, whereas if you're at the Hamfest, it's one out of 6,000, 7,000. So you got a good chance of winning something. We'll see you there. Good night to everybody. 73, everybody.